a ride is out of the question.
Down with this sort of thing. Careful now. The nation holds its breath. Yes!
Hello and welcome to Friends in No Places, the podcast where four Irish friends just coming out of the dugout for the second half of the beautiful game of life. Where will it end? Will it end on penalties and maybe even sudden death, or will we get a bit of extra time? Who knows? But anyway, welcome guys. How are we all doing?
Shawnee, how long does it take you to come up with those openings, Shawnee? They're getting better and better each time, to be fair to you.
Fantastic. How are you getting on, lads?
Yeah. How long does it take me? I'm not going to reveal that secret. All I will say is it's not AI.
You didn't come up with that one 5 minutes before the podcast, I reckon.
You're the best ones. You're the best ones. Hold on.
15, okay.
15 minutes. Well, to be honest, I kind of sometimes forget that I have to do the intro, and then the brain goes into overtime. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to this episode because this episode, guys, we are going to talk about sporting memories, and as well as being a big music fan, I'm also a big sports fan, as you guys are as well. So for today's episode, we're going to kick off a little bit with some favourite or sporting memories that you have from when you're growing up, and then we will move on to Italia 90 quiz, and this time Niall Devitt is going to be our quiz master.
This time I get to be the arsehole.
You're in trouble now.
No pressure. All right, okay, all right. And then we shall have a Friends in Low Places top 10 greatest sporting events according to Friends in Low Places, and not necessarily specifically Irish themed, but this could be, and of course, this is only our own opinions. And then after that, we'll have a segment where we will look at what we think are most kind of overrated sporting occasions or events or happenings. So with that, guys, and I'm going to start with you, Mike. What's your kind of first sporting memory that you had? Either, I suppose, doing it yourself or watching it.
Well, I was going to say, can I suggest one that I did myself?
Yeah.
The year escapes me, but it has to be Galtee Rovers against Fines. I scored 2-3 and scored the last point to win the game in Fines, which is actually now only over the road from where I live.
Wow.
Gaelic football.
That's my earliest memory, but I can't put a year on it.
Gaelic football or hurling?
Hurling.
Oh, better again.
Wow.
I tell you, fair play to you, Mike.
Yeah.
No, Mike. What's later?
And actually, my mother back then used to keep scrapbooks. Remember kept scrapbooks? My mother used to keep scrapbooks. But she has a scrapbook at home somewhere with a report on sporting events, local and the Nationalist, and I get my name in it and my score. I must find it someday, take a picture and send it to you.
For sure.
I'm not just making it up. It was in the Nationalist. That's what happened. That's my earliest memory. Do you know, I probably, in terms of Gaelic and hurling, I kind of fell away from it then. I got a bang in the eye at some stage in my younger years, and I was told, back then there was no helmets, of course. I was told, keep at this crack and get another slap, your eyesight could be infected.
Jesus.
I actually had a fracture there. So if you ever look at me closely, I have a dent in my eyebrow there from a belt of a hurley.
You want to be fair drunk to get that close to Mike.
That's it, yeah. I'll show you next time we meet.
Aaron, yeah, I'm somehow, I don't know, I might be wrong, but this is probably not one you've participated in.
Mike's match, no.
No, a sporting memory.
You weren't in goals when he scored all of that, Aaron Varnish.
I legged it across the field.
Yeah.
I have one, the 1985 World Snooker Championship, famously known as the Black Ball Final between Dennis Taylor and Steve Davis. Went on late into the night, and I just remember watching with Dad down the front sitting room. So yeah, it was snooker was massive in the 80s, of course, wasn't it? So
yeah, huge.
So it's a good win for Taylor. That's one that stuck out when I was thinking about it during the weeks. Obviously, there's loads, but I was 8 or 9, so yeah, it was a big thing. Yeah.
Cool. Niall?
Yeah, well, actually, the one that Aaron had there, that definitely is one that kind of sticks in my mind as well. But I suppose from my point of view, as a kid, I had my father, who was big into his hurling, big into his sport generally, but definitely big into his hurling, telling me about Tipperary hurling, and Tipperary hurling hadn't won anything or gone. So I suppose he was telling me stories from before. So he's kind of passion for that, or his interest, or those stories, I suppose, in the sense I remember those. So that kind of introduced me in that sense to sport without, ever really having seen Tip win anything at that point.
Okay, cool. Mine would be actually, I'm kind of have to pick two if I can. I still have, I'm a Man United fan, and I still have my very first scarf that I bought in 1983, Manchester United. Yeah, it's hanging up in my son's bedroom. That has travelled with me everywhere.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. I remember we got it in Limerick in the shopping centre, whatever, I can't remember.
You're a fantastic man for holding on to stuff that has kind of memories attached to it, because you've been able to bring stuff in relation to, really, you're fantastic in that respect.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe other people see it as clutter, but I see it as
I was going to say
memories. But I would say my first real memory of a sporting event was Mexico '86.
Oh yeah.
That was one where I was fully kind of had my full attention, if you know what I mean.
That was Maradona, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Maradona. Yeah, the brilliant Brazil team, and you could feel the heat coming out through the television of how hot it was. I think that was just that was kind of like my favorite. Spain team were also fantastic as well. So that was kind of the first time I think sport really.
I think Northern Ireland could have been in that World Cup. I could be mistaken. No, yeah,
they were. Yeah, I think they played Spain. I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but
what was it? Jimmy McGee, a different class, he said about Maradona, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember his two goals against England, the fantastic one where he basically soloed from and then the handball one.
Hand of God.
Famous goals in very different ways, I suppose you would say.
True. And that hand of God was a heartbreak for the English fans. Do you guys have any heartbreaking moments when it comes to sport? I bet you I could name Niall's one.
Heartbreaking moments, but I'm struggling, so you may as well tell me, Shawnee.
When Roberto Baggio missed the penalty.
Missed the penalty, yeah, maybe.
I don't know, you were in a pretty bad mood that night, if I recall.
Yeah. Kilkenny beat Tip a few times that I struggled with, if I'm being honest about it. But there you go.
Mike?
For me, I think it would have to be, now it's more recent, but I think it's, was it the 09 Hand of Frog, Thierry Henry handball? Yeah. If a pint glass didn't go through a TV in some pub somewhere that day, I'd say it was.
It's still talked about, still very controversial. Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah. It's definitely still controversial, isn't it? Big time.
Yeah. Aaron, anything for you?
I'm going to bring in Italia 90, lads. The quarter-final loss, 1-0.
Yeah.
Galacci, say nothing. So,
yeah.
We all remember that match, don't we?
I think that's Toto's fourth or fifth appearance now on this podcast. He's nearly been as many episodes as we have, lads.
Yes, it is. We might have a mermaid pop in as well. Mine is more recent, actually. Mine was when we lost to New Zealand in the quarterfinal of the Rugby World Cup.
That was
brilliant
match, though.
Yeah, I mean, I was never more as convinced that we were going to get to the semi-finals. And I was totally convinced that we were going to beat the All Blacks just by the way we beat South Africa in the pool game, and they were just the momentum, everything felt right. And when they went over in the last minute, it was just fun. That was tough. My only consolation was that France was beaten by Africa in another brilliant match as well. But anyway, okay, yeah. Well, you'll see later when we come to the top 10. Rugby will appear once or twice in my list. So. Niall, Italia 90 quiz.
Shawnee, yeah. So I eventually got my wish, Shawnee, and I get to be the quiz master here. So I suppose, I'm not the biggest fan of soccer as a spectator sport. I prefer to watch the likes of hurling and football and stuff like that. But it's probably fair to say that there's no sport or no team that captures the kind of national imagination like the soccer team. Right. And I suppose there was no soccer event that captured the national kind of attention than Italia 90, right? We all kind of remember where we were, what was happening. We remember the kind of feeling. And I think people who weren't even into their soccer at the time were very much caught up in it. It's kind of amazing how. So, quiz, lads, on Italia 90. So I have 15 questions. They're all fairly straightforward, I would say, right? And I have a tiebreaker at the end, right? So let's see how good our kind of memories are or not. So I'll start with yourself, Aaron. If Aaron gets it wrong, lads, we can just throw it open the way that we usually do. You've disappeared there, Sean, by the way. Or
Am
could
I?
be me here. I'm not sure. No, I think it's just me because of it.
Okay.
Okay, so Aaron, your question number one, easy one. Who was the manager of Ireland at Italia 90?
Well, Jack Charlton.
Well done. Okay, and I go around in terms of my screen here. So yourself, Mike, who captained Ireland during the tournament?
Wasn't Keane.
No, wasn't
Was it
King.
Houghton?
No.
Ray Houghton? No? Something like that?
Okay, I'm
David
going
O'Leary.
Which I knew and asked
David
me the
O'Leary.
question.
Have a go, Aaron.
Andy Townsend.
No, Mick McCarthy, lads.
I was going to say Mick McCarthy. I thought, no,
Yeah,
it's too early.
so Aaron's on one, Mick, or Mike's on 0. So your question, Shawnee, how far did Ireland progress? How far did they get in the tournament?
To the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so after the first 3 questions, I think 2 boys have won and you're on 0. Back around to yourself, Aaron. Which country knocked Ireland out?
Romania.
No. Throw it
Italy.
open, lads.
Italy.
Italy. Well done, Sean. Back to yourself, Mike. And this one should be easy enough now, Mike. Which Italian player scored the goal that eliminated Ireland? This will be his 6th or 7th appearance.
Scalacci.
On the bar. Very good. Okay. All right. Who
You're the one that got it right.
is next? I'm back to Shawnee, yeah?
Yeah.
Score in the Ireland first game, the opening game, Shawnee, against England.
Oh.
I'll tell you that's
1-1.
good, yeah.
1-1. 1-1.
1-1. Well done,
Yeah.
Shawnee.
Gary Lineker and Liam Sheedy.
Not Liam Sheedy, Kevin Sheedy. was
Kevin
it?
Sheedy. Kevin Sheedy.
Kevin Sheedy, yeah. Okay. Back to Aaron again, and I think Shawnee's after giving you the answer here. Who scored Ireland's goal in the match?
Liam Sheedy.
No. You're open to the 2 boys.
Kevin Sheedy.
Kevin.
You got it back, Shawnee.
I'm only winding you up, one.
Okay. Mike, question for you. Which team did Ireland defeat in the knockout stages? So in other words, the last 16.
Jesus.
So who did they beat in the penalty shootout?
No clue.
Okay.
Romania.
The rest of you boys.
Romania.
Romania. You're blazing the trail here, Shawnee. Okay.
And Sean.
At what stage, I'm going to have to give him the answer to this, aren't I? At what stage did Ireland play Romania? So this is for Aaron.
Was it quarter-final?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's not.
No, it's
round
last
of
16.
Yeah.
that's
okay.
16.
The last.
Shawnee, for you, how did Ireland beat Romania?
We beat them in penalties.
Very
Penalty
good.
shootout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're that far ahead, Shawnee. I'm not even sure the boys can come back at this stage, but we'll see.
A whitewash. It's a whitewash. They didn't suit you.
Back to you, Aaron.
Yeah.
Who scored the winning penalty for Ireland against Romania? No. Up
David
to the
O'Leary.
2 boys.
Kevin O'Leary.
David O'Leary.
Yeah, I give you a point each. I think you both got it there. Mike, how many goals from open play did Ireland score in the tournament?
Jesus. 3.
No. Boys?
4.
No.
6.
2.
What did Aaron say?
6.
No. The answer
2.
was 2, but you're too
2.
late, Shawnee. Okay. Who is next? Is your next, Shawnee, yeah?
Yeah.
And you'll get this one. Name one of Ireland's goal scorers from open play.
Kevin Sheedy.
Name the other, so, because you already had that one.
Quinn.
Yeah. Okay. And back to Aaron again, I think. Who won the tournament?
Italy.
No.
Long time ago, I can't remember.
Brazil.
No.
Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Germany.
Yeah,
Germany.
yeah,
It's Germany.
And last question, lads. Who did they beat in the final? And you can, whoever wants to answer, because I think Shawnee's well ahead at this stage.
Germany beat
Was it?
beat Italy.
No. No.
Beat Brazil.
Is it England?
No, Argentina.
Argentina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on. I'll give you the tiebreaker question just for the crack, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the closest answer here. I'm not looking for the exact answer. How many caps did Mick McCarthy win for Ireland in total?
Fantastic. I give us a
60.
60 is a good guess.
69.
59 is a better guess.
54.
No, the answer is 57. So I think Aaron
58.
guessed that one.
Oh,
Okay, like, I tell you, but
Perfect.
when you said before the podcast you probably needed to do a bit of study for Italian 90, I think I know what you mean now, lads, to be fair.
And the questions weren't too bad.
Yeah.
So who's the winner of Italian 90 quiz?
You're the winner by a country mile, Johnny, to be fair.
a long way. Well done, Shawnee.
One
Thank you
song.
much. Thank you much. It's
Yeah, you
best.
should be on that side of it more often, Shawnee. Yeah.
Okay.
I think for myself and Aaron, I think we should suggest that Sean stays at the other side, asking the
But
questions.
I think
He's better at it.
you've more quizzes than anyone won, Mike. I don't think Aaron has won a quiz yet. That's very
No.
no.
Mike, you've got 2, and Niall,
Yeah.
you've got 1.
Yeah,
Boy.
and you've got one now.
I've got 1 now, so
Yeah.
maybe we
Very
do
good.
the next quiz will be on graphic design equipment.
I probably still does.
Color pigmentation.
or lyrics from songs by Christy Moore.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. That was really fun. Okay, now
good.
we
Yeah,
have the impossible task of picking a top 10 greatest sporting moments or occasions or events. So very similar to our top 10 Irish songs. We all have chosen 5 sporting events. If any one of the sporting events comes up more than once, then that automatically goes into the top 10. We all have to have at least one of our choices in the top 10. And then basically it's a penalty shootout for the rest of the choices. And let's see who scores the best one. So, Mike, I'm going to start with you. Give us your first top sporting moment. Of course, it doesn't have to be ranked 1 to 5. So this is just a 5 sporting events.
No worries. Well, I think anyone that's watching on the screen, you'll see over my shoulder here, I have a Toyota Celica GT in the Castrol colours. So for me, it has to be Carlos Sainz winning the 1990 WRC in that car. He outranked all of the... So at that time, were dominating World Rally. And Toyota came out with this platform, and Carlos Sainz, who is still driving today, and I follow him every year at the Dakar Rally. I think he came 5th or 6th this year.
Mm-hmm.
When did you say that was, Mike? When did you say that was?
1990, I think.
1990.
And he's still driving today.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still
What
driving
age-
today, yeah.
What
Yeah,
age,
Carlos Sainz.
gentleman, approximately is he?
I'd say he has to be well up in his 60s, if not.
Wow,
upper 70s,
that's serious, isn't it?
He's
Just
a
hope
very
for us,
prolific
yeah,
character in the World Rally.
For those of us not familiar
so
to the rally racing, who the hell is Carl Sainz? Where does he
Yeah,
come from?
I don't really know myself.
He's a famous Spanish rally driver.
Like that.
Yeah. And he's a fairly fast fucker, Shawnee, is what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I only know the Finnish
You
guy.
can catch him.
Interesting.
I can't remember his name now.
Loeb,
Okay.
Sebastian Loeb.
Sebastian Loeb. No, he's French.
Yeah, so Sebastian Loeb is the Finnish guy. He actually was in the Dakar as well this year. He did very well. So all those guys sort of nearly go to the Dakar Rally to retire, you know.
Okay.
Although they would say it would probably kill us if we had to do it.
Okay. An interesting choice, I would say. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose you have to be
but
into
it's
that
probably
sport.
not. I would imagine if you're into your motorsport, that's fantastic. So I suppose it doesn't have motorsport. Possibly doesn't have the same appeal or is known as well as whatever soccer or rugby or whatever.
But to be honest, I work with a lot of Scandinavians, and they're mad fans into the rally racing.
Yeah.
Big fans. Okay, thank you, Mike.
I pick one. Tipperary Kilkenny in the 1991 hurling final.
Yeah.
It was Tip's 24th title, that's it. So I remember watching that, and great game, and of course, great rivalry ever since and before that. So yeah, that'll be one of my picks anyway.
Okay, Niall.
Yeah, I'm going to start with one here that's not going to get on the list, and I know it's not going to get on the list, but nonetheless.
You always say that. You always say that.
So no, but this one won't. But I picked it anyway, and I'll tell you why. So last year I got married, yeah, and the week after I was married, Tip were in the All Ireland final, and were, I would say, heavy second favourites at the time.
Oh.
And as excited and as delighted as I was to get married, and as fantastic as the day was, because from a look point of view, obviously the sun was shining, you know, so it couldn't have went any better, quite frankly. I did have this kind of
Careful now.
an itch to scratch, right? And I said, as good as this wedding has been and as good as this day has been, if Tip get hammered next week, it's still going to be a difficult week, right?
It'll all have been for nothing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I said it to Ashton at the time, I said, if Tip could win this match, this All Ireland, this would probably make this close on, you know, the best wedding that I've ever had, to be fair. And that's exactly what happened. So it's those two things kind of tied together, so to speak. It's a very recent memory because all of my other ones are a good bit further back. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable win for Tip on that basis.
I mean, the second half they just up gears.
Yeah,
That was the most standout thing for me because the first half they went in losing, didn't they?
6 points down, yeah.
Down,
but it's hard
yeah.
to know whether Cork would have collapsed a little bit as well. But
Yeah.
it was an unlikely one for them to win, I suppose, and it's recent, you know.
It was a phenomenal second half, yeah. I wouldn't be against that going into the top 10 now, I have to say.
Well, if you reject that, you're also rejecting Aisling. Don't forget that.
This is how he's going to get the most events into the top 10.
Manipulation.
Don't choose it for me. Choose it for Aisling, you know.
I think it could be Cork's year yet.
True. My first one is going to be a Euro 88.
Okay, but these are only our selections, Shawnee, are they?
Yeah. These are only selections. True. Yeah, okay, yeah. My first one I'm going to select anyway would be Euro 88. I just thought that was, again, a little bit like Mexico 86, 88. Ray Houghton
goal against England, yeah.
I mean, how elated was everybody in the whole of Ireland when that went into the back of the net. Like,
there was also, didn't Ronnie Whelan score an unbelievable volley from, like, I don't know, the half?
Yeah, from outside the box. That was an absolute stunner of a goal. Absolutely. So I think probably the best goal ever scored in an Irish shirt. So I thought Euro 88 was just fantastic, and just a pity we didn't manage to get out of the group. But that was my one anyway. All right, okay, Mike, your second one.
For me, Stephen Henry winning the World Snooker Final in '94. Henry knocked Jimmy White out in a very, very tight game, 18-17. It's considered by many to be the most dramatic of World Championship finals in snooker. And I think, Aaron, you mentioned it earlier as well. Like Jimmy White had led all the way up and down. It was down to 7-16. Henry came back and just blitzed it. Yeah. For me, I'd have to say that is one for me. An honourable mention to that too, or a nod to that as well, is Ronnie O'Sullivan's 97 world famous 5-minute 147 clearance of the table.
And O'Sullivan has 7 now, is that right?
That sounds right.
That's right, yeah.
I think Henry was the record holder for the longest period of time, and then Ronnie O'Sullivan passed him out, whatever was the last one that he won. I can't remember. It's only not that far back as far as I know. It's fairly recent.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Mike. I have a sneaking suspicion snooker's going to make the list, the top 10 as well. Aaron?
I'll bring you back to 1985, the clone of Cyclone. Does that mean anything to you?
Barry.
In Wigan, he bet a minute Eusebio Pedrosa. And the one is Ireland had their first featherweight champion in 35 years. So, yeah.
Sorry, Aaron, what year was that again?
1985.
85, okay, yeah.
June 85, yeah. Remember watching that, actually, yeah.
What was the song that, was it his father used to sing from the ring?
Thank you very much. It's reasonable.
No,
there was another song. I think his father used to sing it from the ring after his victories. I just don't remember. It's an Irish traditional kind of ballad type thing. I just don't remember what it is.
Would have been Danny.
I think that was kind of the first time we were kind of on the world stage. We were winning like a world title, I think. At least in my memory, I think that was probably one of the first ones where we had that was a cracking match too. I actually watched that on YouTube during the week. It brought back a few. I got a bit emotional. Yeah. Niall, your second one?
Yeah, so my second one, I watched this in Shane Donovan's house. After winning their first Heineken Cup back in 2006, to me was kind of very special because they had kind of slogged for a longer number of years and got kind of close and so on and so forth. So I was very invested in that Munster team, and there was a Tipperary Town man, Alan Quinlan, obviously on the team and playing. So that definitely, that was the kind of glory days of Munster rugby. But I think, they carried almost the whole province. And again, they had fantastic support everywhere they kind of went, so to speak. So that's another one for me.
Okay, cool. A good one too. And we're all Munster men, so there's a strong possibility of that making the list as well, I think. Okay, I gotta stick with snooker again. I'm gonna go with Ken Doherty winning the World Championship in 1990.
Oh, fantastic!
1997. Again, I think it was against Stephen Hendry, and going into the break. If Hendry had won to get the 13 frames, then there would have been only 2 frames between them, I think, before the last break, and but he missed it. So there was like 3 frames, and then he came out and then he finished off Hendry. I think it was brilliant. I think he's, Condorley's. I think that achievement is slightly underrated when it comes to Irish glories. I had a hard time. I was either going. It was either that or Padraig Harrington winning
Fantastic,
at the US.
And in fairness, McIlroy's recent achievement to winning the Masters, 2 years in the trot, is fantastic as well.
Yeah, and I almost came for Stephen Roach winning the Tour de France. So but I went for Ken because I think
it's somewhat controversial now, but however,
true. But but I went for Ken Doherty. I think that was I remember watching it. And I think that was just brilliant, as we all kind of love snooker. Okay, so far we have Mike's Carlos Sainz winning the Rally World Rally Championship in 1990, and Mike, you also have Stephen Hendry winning the world title in 1994 for snooker. Aaron, you've gone so far for Barry McGuigan, the 1985 world champion boxing, and you also went for Tiffany Kilkenny All Ireland 1991. Niall, you had Munster winning the Heineken Cup in 2006, and you've had Tip winning the All Ireland in 2025. Any of those that so far we think we would definitely all agree to? And I had Euro 88 and Ken Doherty.
Yeah. There's none of them repeated so far, is there?
No, almost, but not quite there. Okay, Mike, third one from you.
So, Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson in 96.
I tell you, Mike, fair play to you.
Shocked everybody.
It was that when he bit his ear.
TKO on the 11th round, yeah.
I know Mike comes from a violent household.
Yeah, in fairness, that is yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, like that's a fairly iconic.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
100%,
yeah.
Globally,
actually,
kind of internationally. You were talking there about most recent, for a small country, Ireland has done very well across a multitude of sports over the years. But it just feel a little bit, and I know is more the change with social media and things like that people are less involved or less aware of. Like, McIlroy winning the Masters was on the news, there was a bit of but if that had happened in the 80s, it'd be weak off.
Huge, that's true. That's true. I think the last couple of years there's been a certain expectations have just gone through the roof. I think with the Irish rugby team, football in the 90s, Mark Luai, even the girls 4x100.
Yeah, we've become way more used to 100%. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you look at the more regional, like if you look more regionally in Ireland, at things like county sports. I know we're going off kilter here, but like the local parish winning, county, things like that gets nearly that same buzz that we had around, Italia 90 back in the day. But anyway, I digress. We go on.
A fair point. Okay, Aaron, third one from you.
I'm going to go for Rugby Grand Slam 2018. Ireland secured their third win, winning over England on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, brilliant.
That wasn't the first. No, the first one was against Wales. It was the Ron O'Gara.
Drop goal.
Yeah.
That was big variety here, lads.
Okay, Niall.
So this person for me is somewhat underappreciated, to be fair. And I would make a strong argument that she's potentially Ireland's greatest ever athlete based on what she's achieved, and that's Katie Taylor.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
So I think you've got to consider here, she effectively, I wouldn't say single-handedly, but she effectively introduced women's boxing to the Olympics in the first instance. She then went and won gold at the Olympics, and that's not to mention what she's achieved as a professional boxer. So, she's a multiple world champion. So to my mind, on any kind of way that you can look at it, she is quite potentially Ireland's greatest ever athlete in terms of what she's achieved. And, she remains as kind of humble and as down to earth and in some respects as shy as, the girl next door. It never seems to have affected her in the slightest, as far as I can see.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what the amazing thing is consistency.
Yeah.
It's consistency at the top level all the time and winning.
Yeah, but she actually she had to quite literally fight to partake in the sport in the first instance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's just not comparable in that sense with anything else. You know, so I mean, it's amazing, really.
Yeah, that's
I'd nearly give it that one, Niall, because I had her on my list further down. And
Yeah,
just
I
didn't
think
make it.
definitely.
I have another fight on my list as well.
Yeah, I think she deserves to be on it. Quite frankly, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I agree totally. Yeah.
Oh, right, well, that wasn't. I just have to get the other 4 on now.
Well, well, you're already blackmailing with your wife for one, so that's at least.
Well, you can't
2.
pick Katie over Ashley now. That'd be a disaster.
Right, we have Katie Taylor, Olympic gold, and all the other achievements.
Yeah, who'd win
between Katie and Ashley? Yeah, to be fairly straightforward. I would be honest. I'd leave Matt at Mike. I wouldn't be getting involved there either.
All right, okay. Me next, and we have our first double entry, and I have also gone for Rugby Grand Slam 2018, and not due to the fact that we beat England in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day, but actually the first game against France in Paris, where Johnny Sexton had the last kick of the game, and after 42 phases.
Yeah, amazing.
They were France were 15-13 up, if I remember correctly, or something like that. And we got the drop goal and we beat them 16-15, I think it was. That was like tremendous. That often I shout at the screen now for stuff, but I was roaring at the screen for that. Like, that was edge-to-seat stuff.
Yeah.
That's as good as Ronan O'Gara's won against Wales to win the Grand Slam a few years back before that. So definitely.
My daughter cried that day.
Did you?
Because I was screaming at the TV so much. She thought there was something wrong with me. I was told to go calm down.
Okay. Yeah, well, these things happen. I think my family just left the house, I think. So we have 2 after our 3-round picks. The Rugby Grand Slam 2018 and Katie Taylor. Okay, Mike, pick number 4.
So number 4 for me is the Heineken 2006.
All right, okay. We have 3, so Shani.
So we have 3, yeah. Okay, Mike.
We've that already, have we?
Yeah, Niall has that as well. So we have 3 then. Congratulations, Niall.
Yeah, shout out to Shane Dunham. As I say, I watched it out in his house.
Good stuff there.
He provided the
I
beer.
was actually, I think, in Limerick in a pub someplace watching it.
Yeah. Do you remember there was a scene during the match? It was on one of the streets in Limerick, and the crowds, I remember being very memorable as well. And they actually showed that scene at the match, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I was in Brussels in an Irish pub, I think, watching that. Okay, fantastic. Well, then
we go. Bobby Burns's.
Huh?
So I was in Bobby Burns's or classes at the time in Limerick for that game.
Fantastic game. Great win for Munster Rugby. Hasn't been fantastic since then, though, unfortunately. Aaron, your pick number 4, please.
Pick number 4, we've spoken about this. Italian 90 penalty shoot.
Yeah. Italian 90. Okay. I'll just go straight in with it, Niall, before you give your number 4. I have Italian 90.
And I have Italian 90 as well, Shawnee. So 3 votes for Italian 90. So there you go. I was surprised it didn't come up until now, but at the same time, I was pretty confident it was going to be there.
Okay. So we have 5 in the top 10 so far. We have Munster versus Brits in the 2006 Heineken Cup final. We have Italian 90. We have Katie Taylor. Yeah. Did I say 5 or say 4? Oh, yeah. Sorry. We have 4. Sorry. Same thing twice.
This is my last pick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mentioned the start in terms of my dad and hurling and tip and all of that type of stuff. It's actually often by the players, it's kind of cited as their most memorable match as well, even though some of these hurlers went on to win All Irelands afterwards. But it was Tip winning their Munster final in 1987. I think they hadn't won it for like 15 or 16 years. And you know that famous speech where Richie Stakelham said the famine is over and all the Tip crowd were on the pitch. So definitely that's, from a Tip hurling point of view, that's my really kind of outstanding first memory, and to a certain extent it kind of tops any of the All-Irelands or some of the stuff that kind of happened afterwards. But that was Tip back winning hurling matches, the kind of stuff that I'd heard about when I was a kid but hadn't seen up until that point, pretty much.
Fantastic. Tip versus Cork, always classics. Not so much a classic last weekend though, was it?
Yeah.
Long way to go here, lads. Tip 1.
Okay, Mike.
Yes, sir. This is my final one.
Your final one, please.
Yeah, my final entry. Again, it's a boxing one. Did anybody remember Prince Nassim Hamed?
Yeah.
You know, I think he was the McGregor of the 2000s.
Yeah.
In terms of flamboyancy and stuff like that. But his fight against Bogo in London in the year 2000, he entered the ring on a flying carpet.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it? There was an Irish boxer that beat him, wasn't there? And his name escapes me now.
Michael Carruth?
Was it Wayne McCullough?
Yeah. He won a medal in the Olympics, but he went on. He bet him afterwards. I remember. Yeah,
that's right. Wayne McCullough. He won the silver in the Olympics.
I think he won
silver. I was
doing
a bit of research. I was checking him up earlier. Any one of us here would beat him now, I'd say.
I've seen recent photos of him, right? Yeah.
I'd let you have a go first, though, Mike. There's a movie out there. There's a movie about his career out there recently, wasn't there? Because I saw him being interviewed about it.
Was there?
That's probably the reason why
there's a hoo-ha because he slagged off his trainer at the time, who as I understand, was Irish. You know, again, I'm not great on my boxing, but I think that's the gist of it.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to hurry up there. Time is moving quickly in this sporting occasion.
I'm thrown in the 1985 Black Ball final again. That snooker.
Taylor,
yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll never forget he lifts the cue like that.
He waggles his finger.
That was brilliant. I think that was probably the first.
So if I'm not mistaken, Shawnee, we have 5. We're each going to get a free pick. So we have
4. We have 4. Sorry.
We have 4. Is that on?
Yeah.
Okay. So have we all nominated our 5 now, or is there one to go?
We've 1 to go.
Yours?
Yeah, me. Which is Man United versus Bayern Munich, 1999 Champions League final.
Yeah, Solskjaer and Sheringham.
Sheringham, yeah. That was amazing. That was also jump off your seat.
If you were a Man United fan.
If you're a United fan, I suspect I'm alone in this forum.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was brilliant. Just to win the treble as well. So it was.
Okay, so each of us gets a free pick from any of the ones that are not on. So that'll bring us then up to 8. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. So Mike, you have Carlos Sainz, 1990 World Rally Championship. You have Holyfield versus Tyson, 99. You have Stephen Hendry, World Title, 94, and you have Prince Nassim. Which one of those do you want to stick in the top?
I'll have to say the motorsport. Carlos Sainz.
Carlos Sainz.
My mother would kill me if I didn't.
Okay. You have 1985 World Snooker, Dennis Taylor versus Steve Davis. You have Barry McGuigan, 5 World Championship. You have Tiff versus Kenny, 1 All-Ireland final.
Have we Katie Taylor on the list, Sean? Because we said we'd...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay, I'm going to go for Clone of Cyclone, Barry McGuigan.
Niall, you have Tiff versus Cork, Munster Ireland final, 1987.
Yeah,
and you have Tip All Ireland 2025. So I mean, you're doing as usual. You're beating the hell out of us in these.
I'm going to go. Did we put that one in? Did you agree to put that one in?
No. You already have Italia 90, the Munster Heineken Cup, and Katie Taylor.
Okay, yeah, but that's by the fact that other people. So I'm going to put in Tip winning the Munster final in 1987.
1987. Yeah.
Sorry, Ashley.
That's a good. I'm going to go with Euro 88 for my one. All right, okay. So now it comes down to the penalty shootout. We've got 2 spaces left. Mike, we have Holyfield versus Tyson, Stephen Hendry, 1994 world champion, or Prince Hassim versus the other guy in 2001. Aaron, you have Dennis Taylor, Steve Davis, 1985. You have Tip v Kilkenny, 1991. Niall, you have Tip All Ireland last year.
Yeah. Do we have any snooker one on it, Johnny?
We don't have a snooker one on, and I have Ken Doherty, 1997 World Championship.
No, I'm going to go with Aaron here. He said it at the start, and I remember this distinctly. So the Steve Davis against Dennis Taylor final from, I think you said 1985, is that right?
1985.
I'm happy to go with that. with Aaron, because I definitely remember that, and snooker was massive at the time.
I'll go with that as well. With Dennis Taylor. We did read that.
Yeah, I'm happy to, because I have snooker on mine as well. So I actually forgot about that one where the upside down glasses. Brilliant.
Exactly. Okay, so that leaves we got one spot left. Okay, so Mike, you still have Holyfield versus Tyson, Stephen Hendry, and Prince Hassim. Can I just
guys? Yeah.
And Aaron, you have typically Kilkenny 1991 All Ireland, and Niall, you have Chip All Ireland last year, and I have Ken Doherty and Man United versus Bayern. I'll scrap Ken Doherty because we already have the.
Do we have any? Well, we've Katie Taylor. That's boxing, isn't it? To a certain degree.
Yeah, Katie Taylor's in there as well.
Yeah,
so
I started.
So Katie Taylor, have you? You're putting in a good.
I'll start it, so I'll finish on it. Right? It's only
There's
last
no
year.
way you're getting all your five into the top 10.
Whoa! You were all at the wedding, right?
In my show,
They could tell you all enjoyed the wedding. You were all part of the wedding, right? It was a good day, and it was made all the more special by the fact that you guys were there. And obviously, right, but you can't dispute that Tip winning the All Ireland when they were extreme underdogs, right, made a week out of it. And it's recent. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to go back that far.
Well, I would put that over Tip v Kilkenny in 1991.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
I would also put that over Prince Hassim. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, me too.
But Holyfield versus Tyson.
Internationally, I would say that would be my second choice.
And consider we already have Tip in with the Munster. Tip twice, would that be a bit biased on our part?
But then we'll have boxing twice.
No, we won't. We can. Yeah, then we will have boxing twice.
I'm not getting rid of Katie Taylor.
No. But I mean, that's that for the Holyfield versus Tyson. That's just that one match. Taylor is just Katie Taylor.
I suppose you have to make a decision. Yeah. Which is more meaningful to you? Tyson biting off a piece of Evander Holyfield's ear, or the love of one of your best friends wedding, second chance at happiness that you were all a part of. Sunny day, no hassle. No one gave anyone any grief. No, there wasn't even a bad.
No years were bitten off. Yeah.
Guys, will we just give in just to shut them up? Yeah. All right. Okay. Tip winning All Ireland last year.
Go on, Tip.
Considering any other team I support have won diddly's shit. Okay. Right.
She contributed to it in no small part as well, to be fair.
Okay, so our top 10 Friends of Low Places greatest sporting moments are Munster winning the Heineken Cup final against Biarritz in 2006, Italia 90 in general.
Yeah.
Katie Taylor, specifically the Olympic gold. Ireland winning the Grand Slam in rugby in 2018. I don't know about this one, Mike. Carlos Sainz winning the World Rally Championship. That's just do you know what? It's like our Irish top 10 music. It's like the therapy one. It's the left field entry.
It's the left field one, yeah.
People are going to be looking at this list and go, so how did this guy get into the top list?
I actually trying to figure out how are we friends. We seem
like we're fucking fierce predictable otherwise.
Barry McGuigan winning the welterweight world championship boxing in 1985. Tip beating Cork in the Munster final in 1987. Euro 88. Yeah. Dennis Taylor beating Steve Davis in 1985, World Snooker Championship. Oh yeah, reigning All Ireland Tipperary.
Not for very much longer, by the way, they're going this year.
Tipperary, yeah. I want to.
That's already based out
Yeah, maybe.
That's fantastic. Okay, folks, we will obviously publish this on Friends of Low Places social media platforms, and please feel free to throw in your comments and tell us where we went drastically wrong in this list and where you would agree with us, and put in your own top 10. We'd love to hear from that. Okay, that was fun, guys. But again, these top 10, I might be the quiz master, Niall, but you're the master at getting the stuff in the top 10.
Yeah, but some of mine there were on other people's list as well. You can't, you know what I mean? It just was coincidental.
True. Okay, so are there any sporting moments, guys, you think that are completely and totally overrated and you go, what's all the fuss about? Niall, we'll start with you.
Yeah. So, and again, just to understand this correctly, but the kind of recent level of excitement in relation to Ireland qualifying for a qualifier or a pre-qualifier to a qualifier, that if they'd won, they'd got into a World Cup. I'll be honest, I couldn't quite understand that. It's not anything to take away. Troy Parrott scored a hat trick. It was a fantastic hat trick with a last minute goal. I get all the excitement and so on and so forth, but I just thought we lost the run of ourselves a little bit with that, and it wasn't comparable for me with the likes of Italia 90 or Euro 88 and so on and so forth. And the sheer that it was just the qualification stage. We hadn't qualified for a tournament. We hadn't even participated in the tournament. So to me, we just, as I say, we kind of lost the run a little bit. But I understand, because the team has been going so bad for that long that there was such a hunger for something resembling success. So I do understand as well where it came from, you know.
Exactly.
And I saw the kids get excited about it, but it's just, overrated as far as I'm concerned.
I think it was to you I sent the text that night. Was it at it's the first time in a long time I've ever gotten excited about Ireland playing football.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah, but we were trying to lose the run of ourselves a bit here. It was almost, people were comparing it to the likes of Italia 90 and so on and so forth. To my mind, was a bit silly, a bit ridiculous.
Mike, anything?
I'm going to get some heat for this, lads. The Triple Crown.
Which has been a lot of Triple Crowns. The recent one?
Anyone?
No, but Triple Crown in general.
Yeah.
Oh, then as something to win.
You like, there's so much hype about it. It's nearly like you won the whole thing, you know. But really, you didn't. You just bet 3 guys over the water, you know.
Yeah, I would. Once upon a time, the Triple Crown was seen as something. I would say with the recent Irish rugby team, it's nearly probably this year, because the first match was bad, but I don't think they've won a load of Triple Crowns, and we fairly
but I mean, it's tough to win that, Mike, because Scotland or Wales haven't won that in a long time. Well, Wales more recently than Scotland.
But if you win the whole event, I mean, if you win the whole event, you've won it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's a sense of pride with that, though. Beating Scotland.
It's not even the runner-up prize. It's not like you were number 2.
They haven't had a chance of winning it in the last number of years. They've been going so bad, but no, come on.
Aaron, any overrated sporting moment?
I went back to Olympics '96. I think it was Atlanta. The unfortunate story, swimming medals that were won and then taken away after the doping bans afterwards. So that was
Michelle de Bruyne, is that it?
Yeah, Michelle Smith, as she was known back then.
Michelle Smith, yeah.
That was unfortunate. So that was kind of one that came to mind.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I actually had Cian O'Connor myself down, and that was around the same time, wasn't it? Cian O'Connor got stripped of his gold.
But that was in horse riding, but was that in the Olympics afterwards or something? I can't remember. I don't think it was the same. But she'd won like.
When was the Michelle de Bruyne thing?
She'd won a gold and a couple of bronze or something, wasn't it? Yeah.
I know she won a lot of gold. Yeah, she won 1 bronze and then the rest were all gold. I think 5 gold and 1 bronze or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna my overrated thing. Yeah, go on, Mike.
Sorry, I was going to say that there was a funny. I think it was Dermot Morgan or something at the time said that Michelle de Bruyne had taken so much drugs that Cian O'Connor could have rode her around the ring.
That's a good. I don't know. If we even okay, that's a good one. For the record, mine would be or you have to make me forget the American football. What's it called again?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get the fuss.
I don't understand.
Really don't get it.
It's
a shit sport for the start.
There's a couple of lads in the office that are just mad into it.
Yeah.
But you probably need to understand it as it's very kind of tactical and so on and so forth, isn't it? And again, obviously, there's the Super Bowl, the halftime show, and all of that type of stuff.
No, I've tried to watch it a couple of times, but it's all stop and start and advertising and showboating and get all that gear off you and put you in front of the Irish 15 rugby squad and see how strong they are. All right, guys, we're seriously running short of time.
Yeah.
It's been a good one. I like these ones. I like these ones. Congratulations to me who won the quiz tonight. And I'll leave you with this quote. It's not by any great Irish writer, but is by one of the greatest Irish sporting commentators of all time, George Hamilton. The nation holds his breath. Yes, we're there. All right, guys. See you next week.
All right. See you, Shawnee. See you, folks.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, Sean. Thank you. Bye.
relive is out of the question.
Down with this sort of thing. Careful now.